Yeah, good morning, Stuart. This is a big step for millions of French parents, pupils and teachers. French schools are going back full-time as of this Monday, and lessons are compulsory once again for the first time in more than 3 months since France started its coronavirus shutdown. Here I'm in the 10th arrondissement of Paris. You can probably see the pupils are already queuing up in socially distanced lines outside the school waiting for their classes. Those we've spoken to say they're happy to be going back to classes. Now, French pupils had started going back from the week of the 11th of May, but it was always on a very partial and voluntary basis. This latest step comes as the country reopens even further as its coronavirus figures continue to improve. President Macron announcing that all pupils up to the age of 16 would have to go back to school for the last 2 weeks of term, although we have to say it's not necessarily being applied in a uniform way right across France. Some schools we've spoken to say they're only able to welcome pupils for a few days a week, and actually quite a lot of French parents have already sent their children off perhaps to grandparents in other areas of France to help out with childcare, because a lot of them, millions of them, have been working full-time from home and also having to do homeschooling, so this day a big relief for them.
What about teachers here, Catherine? Because not all teachers are happy about this, are they?
Absolutely not. Some teachers I've been speaking to say this was a very quick turnaround to ask of them after having already to have put in place quite a big reorganisation following coronavirus. So they'd had to reorganise the school buildings to put social distancing measures in place, putting desks at least 4 metres apart. And now suddenly they've had to rechange all that around again with very little warning from central government. It's only 8 days since President Macron made his speech saying schools would be back, and 5 days since they published their new advice on social distancing in schools, and teachers unhappy they didn't have any prior warning of this or consultation of this. Also, a lot of them have been through a pretty tough time throughout the coronavirus crisis, having to continue trying to do lessons online while looking after their own children. And there are only 2 weeks of term left actually here in France before the long summer holidays, so this is only for a limited time. Some teachers saying they think this is basically just for show, to make the government look good, and also to pave the way for them holding the second round of local elections this weekend without being criticised for doing that.